Mark out Mania. Mark out Mania. It's Saturday morning and we're marking out on Mark out Mania.
Oh, yeah. Marking out. What's up, boys? How are you?
Good. How is everybody doing?
Doing good. Hey, Pedro, how are you recovering? Since we have a new Lucha Underground champion, and his name is Marty the Moth Martinez.
Well, you called it, Pedro. Why are you crying?
I know. He did call it.
I think back to that first episode of this season, and you remember I kept the thing, they focused so hard on Marty's reaction to having his arm broken.
Yeah.
It just put the idea in my head, like, this is not for nothing. And then that vignette with him and Mariposa, then the deal with Hernandez recently, I was like, all these beats are here for a reason. So that's, and it's a Mark Burnett show, right?
Right.
And I watch a lot of Survivor through the years, and it's like I've come to sort of read the editing, and I'm like, yeah, these beats are here for specific reasons. So
it's so good to see him with the strap. I would have been happy with him as Gift of the Gods, but hell with it, man. Go for it. He went for broke. I love it. You know what? Before you even get into it, I have to say something. This episode is what Lucha Underground is all about. I've been bitching and moaning the entire season that it's been good, but it hasn't had that same intensity like season 3 had me. I was gripped. I was enthralled, Here, season 4 was like, okay, it's good, but it doesn't have me that I'm not drooling from my mouth,
Yeah.
This past Wednesday's episode had me drooling. I was jumping out of my seat. I was going crazy. I was like, this is what I'm talking about. And finally, we got a Lucha Underground episode that's worthy of a Lucha Underground episode.
It reminds me a bit of the episode where they had from season 1 where they had the finals for the trios titles.
Right. Yeah.
And that is very story driven in a way, like building up to the climax. Like,
it was good. I loved everything about the show. I loved the matches, even the editing, even the pacing. It was everything was done right, and we even got an appearance by the White Rabbit.
Yes.
I mean, hello.
Oh yeah, and he's coming to the temple.
And he's coming to show me the way. Poof! Yeah, I'm like, I thought he was gonna show up that day. I was like, what? I was like, am I gonna get this? So
I think it's time. If you would be so kind.
Yeah. Show me to the temple. Oh, I was like, come across, yes. Now, how did you guys feel about the actual matches?
Well, starting with what was first?
Aerostar.
Aerostar.
Dark Phoenix.
Yeah. So they can have, those two could have a good match in a dark room.
Yeah, exactly. It was standard stuff for them. Yeah.
I mean, as long as you got, 3 ropes and 4 turnbuckles, those two guys are going to have an amazing match.
I totally agree. They set the standard.
I mean, and I don't know about you, but like, it seems like Aerostar gets smoother with like every time he does things. It's like some of those, like middle rope bounce from inside to outside. They're like even smoother now than it was like last season. Or it just, I don't know. He's just incredibly good. And like I said, I mean, we definitely need to hear more on the mic from him because
definitely
But
I think everything is second nature to him. He's so smooth, as you said, Zeus. He is like fluid. Everything's fluid. It's awesome.
and in Phoenix, he's just incredible, and I think he's really conveying a lot more because he's just been kind of his whole career. He's just kind of been Mr. Nice Guy,
Yeah.
and now we get to see this dark, crazy, Katrina poison side of
it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's Phoenix is really working the dark aspect pretty well. He made some disturbing faces.
Yeah, he's doing it. Hey, listen, he's all in. Oh, look at that. he's he's definitely getting in with the character. I'm definitely feeling the Felix, dark. I mean, he's all in with the facial expressions, as you said, Pedro. He's drooling all over the place. Oh, that's hot. I like that.
Did you see him after the match? He's like drooling all over the back of Aerostar's head.
Yeah. I was like, you nasty bastard.
Exactly.
It's like somebody gave him a warhead candy.
I bet you know who's buying the Modelo that night, Phoenix. Yo, man, you drooled on my head. That cost you 3 cervezas.
Really? But, hey, man, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
But Melissa was really, she was really good in that whole segment. That stuff. Her acting's just been really good.
Even the way she was announcing the winners of the match, because she was so upset and disturbed. She was like, "And your winner, Marty Martinez."
Oh
yeah.
What about when she was announcing? When she was announcing Phoenix won, she's really more just being like Phoenix.
Yeah,
stop! Like Phoenix, stop! Like then she is announcing a winner.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a nightmare episode for her. I mean, she had, Pentagon's gone after her. Mil Muertes is gone after her. She can't be real comfortable around him, even though he's got Katrina off the roof. And then
I thought he was going to do something. I thought Mil Muertes was going to do something to Melissa. I was scared for her for a moment.
Yeah, I was too. I was like, because you just don't know with him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's not a somebody that you can fuck with.
Shout out real fast to the chat room to YYH and Meef.
Double Y, double H, what's going on? Meef, what's up, brother?
Hey, Meef. Hey, I got a message from Steve Payne too, but man,
here we go.
Yeah. Meef is saying somebody told Steve Payne he likes masks. I'm like, hell, Meef, the world knows you like masks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I say Steve Payne versus Zeus in the steel cage. Let's book it.
Oh my God.
In Charlotte. How about that?
Better be closer to home. Better be green.
Just in case the horsemen need to pop up.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. But I thought everything was good. I thought it was smooth. I thought the match was great. I love the Dark Phoenix character. He's killing it. Him and Aerostar, as you said, Zeus, I mean, they're like the consummate professionals. All you need is an 8x10 ring and boom, that's it. They're done. It was awesome. It was awesome. I love Azteca coming out. I love Azteca getting beat up, and then here comes Marty the Mouth. I thought that was hot. I thought the way they did it was seamless transition. I'm like, finally,
Oh yeah,
that it was a seamless transition, and that's the way it should be done. That was my beef with a lot of the editing because it wasn't seamless.
Yeah, and I tell you, I like. There's the development of Dragon Azteca Jr., where he's definitely struggling to become his own man, and not be looked at like a sidekick anymore. And
right.
I'm enjoying the growth of his character, and then it's been a quiet damn season for the Moth Tribe overall. I mean,
yeah, real quiet.
Mariposa turned some heads, and she had a good, gift of the gods match too. But I mean, as far as like their vignettes, what we've been able to see of them, by themselves and everything has been pretty quiet. So
yeah.
knew something was going to happen with Marty because he's just he's the original LU guy. So
I totally agree, Zeus. I totally agree. It's been really quiet, and
Meef is still insisting that Dragon Azteca Jr. is he still wants to be more than friends with Melissa.
He might have a point. It's maybe not. Who knows how it plays out? I wouldn't be surprised if Azteca goes for her, and then how about if we really break the fourth wall and have Cage just come down? He looks at the screen and goes, "Stop fucking with my wife," and then he beats the crap out of Azteca. That's hot. Who knows?
I don't see them doing that. I mean, if they put Melissa and Cage together, I think they're going to have more of a story. I don't think they're going to break the story. I don't think they're going to break that fourth wall.
That would be nice to do because that'll be something different. It'd be something different.
Yeah.
But I like.
How's your cocaine habit?
I Pedro sneezes and shit. Use clean straws every time you sniff cocaine, Pedro. Okay.
I do not have a cocaine habit. I swear, don't.
Look, it's okay. You're a functioning addict. We understand.
Yeah, it's all good, brother. It's all good.
I would never have known.
No.
Oh my god.
That's all right, man. Because I got allergies today, so it's all good. Because I've been around my brother's cats, and I got cat hair all over my face. That's what it feels like. It's all good.
But so what was next? Dragon Azteca injured versus Marty the Moth.
Yeah. I thought okay. Now after the whole injury angle played out, I thought okay, they're gonna give Marty the strap.
Yeah,
he's gonna be gift to the gods. I'm like, all right, but I didn't think it was gonna actually happen. I thought that match was pretty good, and you know what? I dig Marty's finisher. It doesn't get a lot of pop from the crowd. But I actually like his finisher.
Move. It's a devastating move, especially somebody as big as Marty against.
Yeah, he's a big dude, man.
Azteca.
Yeah, it's a big dude.
Yep.
So I was like, I thought the match went well. I thought both guys sold good. Actually, Azteca was selling the injury angle good. It was great. The Believers were totally into that match.
Yeah.
I mean, I was glued to my TV. I was like, holy shit, this match is badass. Because I've always loved Marty the Moth. He's definitely one of my favorites. Him and Mil Muertes.
Yeah, he's on that he has that line of insanity and cringy and shorts too small, and he's got
He's the perfect heel.
But he's like, it's still definitely, it's like it's pushing the envelope.
Yeah,
but it's like,
I agree.
Like if that envelope falls open, I could deal with that one. Whereas like somebody like, Joey Ryan's envelope falls open, I'm probably going to die.
Oh, please! Every time you mention Joey Ryan, I just have flashbacks to Zeus's pre-on-air stories, but that's a story for another day. Anyway,
Mark out Mania After Dark.
Yeah, there you go.
$9.99 monthly on
$9.99 only
on
the Texas. Only on the Texas Spaniard Network.
And so, and now we've fallen into Pedro and his love of watermelons in the chat.
Yeah, there we go.
I do love watermelons. I did write a song about it, even. So.
YYHH.
Pedro knowledge.
Actually, she's saying Black Lotus and Azteca as a pair would be cool. I gotta agree. I kind of like that.
That would, because she's got to know that Dario was lying to her the whole time about.
Yeah, of course.
Well, she knows after the end of season 3 because she found out in the ring.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we haven't seen her since.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, is it Meef's birthday?
Meef!
Happy birthday, Meef. Good job, brother.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Meef. I'm walking out with a beer to you. There you go. Okay.
A sip of Modelo for everyone.
Wait. Here you go, sip. That was for you. Happy birthday. All right. But there you go. But
there we go.
I liked everything about that match. I love the finish. I love his finishing move. I loved that he demanded the ref put the belt around his waist. That was awesome. He goes, put it on my waist. That was hot. I love that. And then he disappeared. And out came Penta.
Well, there's the rabbit tribe thing in between.
That's right. I forgot. My bad.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because what have we all been wanting this whole time?
Yeah.
More Killer Cross.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it's so funny. It's like, he was the guy that was rumored to be Saltador.
Yeah, everybody thought that. Yep, including me. I thought that too. Yeah. I thought that too.
When the season 3 trailer dropped, that's what everybody was saying. And,
well, he was wrestling in there, but
yeah, it was just like dark matches.
Yeah, he was doing dark matches, but he was doing dark matches as himself, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because he told me, he said there's a match that he had with Killshot that was one of the best he's ever been in. And he said it's sad and probably never seen the light of day.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That's what angers me. That's why all of us need to go to the temple. Why the hell is it going to be on the West Coast?
I know, man. Maybe next season.
Yeah, because let me tell you something. I was pissed off trying to get tickets, boy.
Yeah.
I was bribing people. I had Angie looking out for tickets for me.
The crazy thing is, though, James, if you'd have just showed up, they probably would have got you in.
I know, right? I'm an idiot, man. I was looking at flights. I was ready to go. I said, the hell with this. I'm going, Yeah. I know, Zeus. You're probably right.
Because I thought about it, too. I was like, man, I wonder if they can get me in. And, because you heard people talking about that at the end.
Mm-hmm. Because I would love to see Killer Cross and Killshot. That would have been awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I think
that was season 2, though.
Yeah? Well, was season 2 or season 3?
I think that's when he had the dark match, was during season 2.
Ah, okay.
I'm not 100% sure on that now.
But it was
I talked to Cross in 2016. So
right, and season 2 was broken up, wasn't it?
Season 3 was.
No, I'm sorry, yeah.
Well, but my understanding is they filmed season 2 and season 3 back to back.
Oh yeah, pretty much it was, wasn't it? Yeah.
And because season 3, what they finished filming like June of 2016, somewhere in there, and then it didn't finish coming out till what, October of last year or something.
Right.
Whatever it was.
Gotcha. But it was a great vignette nonetheless.
Oh
yes.
What was the little wrestler's name? Because I saw you missed his name.
El Bunny.
El Bunny, that's what he called him?
Yes.
Okay.
Speaking of that vignette, our amigo, Zero Ghoul, Mad Titan, he wrote up some stuff for us for the podcast.
All right.
So I'm going to read this. I'm going to read this right now. Okay.
He's the J. Edgar Hoover of Markout Mania.
Let me take 2 Tylenol real quick.
Hold on. I got to take another sip of my beer for this one. Zero Cool, the conspiracy theorist of Markout Mania. I love it.
All right. So here is what Zero Cool said.
Okay.
Cross is not the White Rabbit, but he has corrupted the White Rabbit, which is El Bunny in the Bramble Cage. And he did this in order to use Paul to free himself of the time prison he is in. And he was put there by Aerostar. And all the bramble vines and roots is a result of his mind putting forth as a visual of his time in this prison, much like when Barry Allen went into the Speed Force and it chose to manifest itself as Barry's childhood home to him as something recognizable and welcoming. And once Aerostar changed time in a way, broke the seal or whatever that was keeping Cross in prison, hence the line of dialogue, El Bunny and I have been getting a little stir crazy down here. So there's his theory on that.
God damn it, Zero Cool. You just messed my head up. Oh, I like that theory. It works for me. It's interesting.
It's plausible.
Yes, it is. It is. It is. I totally agree. It's definitely plausible. It is.
So,
good vignette. Even with the conspiracy theory. Awesome.
Yeah.
And then we got Pedro's boy in a three-way with King Cuerno and Mil Muertes. Oh, my God. The last time Penta was champ.
Oh. No, next to last time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. You're right, Zeus.
Last successful time.
Yeah, right. I thought, first of all, I thought that match, I would have spent money to watch that match go an hour. I thought all three of them actually matched up pretty good.
They always have, though.
Yeah, but you know, as a three-way, there's always one out of the crowd that's like, yeah. But I thought all three of them worked perfectly together. You know? I thought it was good. I thought Mil Muertes was kicking ass, man. I love him. And
he always does.
Yeah, and props to Cuerno, man. He was killing it.
Yeah, that was another excellent match.
Mm-hmm. I could have watched them I could have easily watched them go for an hour. Hour time limit. Let's go. You know? I thought it was good. I thought Penta was getting the shit kicked out of him in that match.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and again, let's bring the AAA gimmick over to Lucha Underground. Rip my mask! I'll blade too. He had a bloody lip and his mask was ripped. I'm like, really? Here we go again.
You know, AAA was on Twitch last night.
Mm-hmm.
And the main event was LA Park and Electroshock versus El Hijo del Fantasma and Psycho Clown. I'm just bringing this up because you said about tearing the mask, and like the match started, and I was joking to Bean. I said, a Psycho mask being ripped in 3, 2, 1, and about a minute later, they're ripping his mask open.
I mean, like, do these guys buy these masks in bulk? Do they have a deal? I mean, yes. Come on, you can't do it all the time. I understand. Lucha Underground is a little different, only because it's not done as much. But still, if you're a fan of Penta, then you watch AAA. Okay? And in fucking AAA, his mask always getting torn. I'm like, again. So I don't want to see him get his mask torn up in LU. And here we go. He's getting his mask torn. I'm like, here we go.
Have you watched Penta in like Mexican indies? He gets his mask torn all the time. Like on the Crash, on whatever. Rip.
Brutal.
I think everybody's does. I was like,
I think that's overdone, though.
Now, yes,
I believe it's overdone because it just has no meaning to me anymore. You know, if you do it once, maybe twice a year, holy shit, he ripped his mask. Then you know, okay, but like on every card, come on, no. You know, I'm tired of seeing people get their mask ripped. It's become the norm now, and it's brutal. Sorry, this is my opinion. No, but it was a great match. They went at it. I was happy for Penta to win. Even though I was rooting for Muertes, but I was happy to see. But it was a good match, man. It was booked well. I was excited.
Oh yeah, I mean, you talk about just classic, you know, the exact kind of Lucha Underground type of match that we always love, and they outdid themselves, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and then here comes Marty. Oh, and let's not forget our good friend and buddy from Way Too Real Lucha Party, Mil Muertes, standing
Yeah,
right there with Papa
yeah,
Cueto.
yeah.
No
Yeah,
machetes.
yeah. It was Mil Machetes hanging out with Papa Cueto. I was like, "Hey, Mil, I'll give you $1,000 if you just slap him in the back of the head." Just like that. Oh my God, it was awesome. It was awesome.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, it just one of those moments where it's like, okay, this is why he threw down the money.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's like, well, what's this for? Well, this is for the next time.
Everything was coming to a head. Everything. Here's why this happened. Everything was making sense to the world. I'm like, okay, here we go. And I thought it was great. I love the way Marty just went. It was also how he did the running on Penta, starting to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
I thought that was great. I was like, you know what? Heal it up, Marty. Heal it up. And, he was getting a lot of heat too from the fans. I loved it. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. Now, I swear to God, I would have bet a case of Modelo that I never thought that they put the strap on Marty right there in that instance. But when they were going at it, and then he did the move, I was like, no, come on. I was expecting Penta to kick out at 2. 1, 2, kick out. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. I was like, I marked out. I jumped out of my seat. I'm not gonna lie. I had a little drool forming in the corner of my mouth. I was like, oh my God. Marty won. I had a little defibrillation going on. I was in shock. I was like, holy shit, they did it. I thought it's the best move they made, actually putting the belt on a heel, especially Marty. Now, I hope LU keeps it on him and has everybody chase him. That would be a great story for the rest of the year, in my opinion.
I feel
it's pretty nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I was just gonna say, I feel when the 3-way match ended around
early, yeah, early.
51 minutes into the hour.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I thought pretty much there that the title's changing hands. Like you kind of know what's coming at that point when it's ending that early.
Mm-hmm. I thought we were getting another vignette, or I thought the rabbit trap was going to pop out.
Oh, I didn't think about that. That would
because he was on his way to the temple, so I thought Killer Cross was going to show up right then and there. I didn't expect Marty to come out, and he actually did the running, and it was awesome. How'd you feel about that, Zeus? How'd you feel about that running by Marty?
Well, I mean, you kind of felt like that was what was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it was really just kind of surreal to me. I mean, I didn't I was like, after he won the Gift of the Gods title, I was like, man, this is crazy, and I was like, well, he's not going to cash in tonight. That's not what he threw down the rest of the money for. And I was like, well, maybe it is, or but it's like they said, usually was the rule that was the you had to say the week beforehand, but Papa Cueto is not Dario, so he makes the rules.
Yep, exactly. He makes the rules. Exactly. He makes the rules.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I was actually really shocked, and then mysterious Spider Woman comes in, and it was all really crazy.
How do we all feel about Chelsea Green getting involved?
That I was expecting Marty to cash in and win just because
Mhm.
what happened the week before with him paying extra and then
Right,
the
right.
match ending early and all that stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, this is what's happening. But when she appeared, I was like, whoa, what is like she's connected to Marty? I wasn't expecting that at all.
Hey, Papa Cueto,
Connected.
this is for
She
you.
looks like Marty's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, I see beef with Mariposa.
Oh,
I
that's
see
inter-
something. I see something down the line. I love the fact Chelsea Green actually did a wrestling move. I was happy.
Oh, I like that. Before she did the move, she did that like crazy face, and then like
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, she's she's definitely out there, and but she does not look like she's associated with. She looks like
right.
this is my boyfriend.
Hmm.
Marty right here.
I didn't give her a name yet, right?
No, not yet.
Nope.
But our friend Zero Cool,
Zero.
he had
The
another theory about all this.
the mad conspiracy theorist.
So here we go. Zero's words.
Mhm.
As we know by now, the Moth army sits atop the temple throne, but not without some help in the form of a nameless woman who just so happened to have spider imagery on her arms. Now, who is this woman?
Black
I
Widow, like Meatloaf was saying.
I believe she is who we will come to find out has killed Sexy Star, and this will be revealed as to how
Oh.
she and Marty hooked up. But I also believe this is going to be the driving force in creating a rift between Marty and Marty Posta, a sort of sisterly disapproval, if you will, and result in either Mariposa or Spider Lady's death, with Marty having to choose if family still comes first.
Or Black Widow, like Beef calls her, because he said, according to Stryker, actually said it.
Yeah.
Actually, that's her name. Stryker said it. Okay, cool. Black Widow. I like that. I can see problems from the MCU universe.
I didn't catch him saying her name was Black Widow.
Apparently it's a copyrighted name, so.
Well, that's. I mean, the public domain is where you're going to find
Right.
Black Widow.
True.
I mean, if she had some resemblance to the character, then I could see maybe. But Black Widow is a spider and has been for a
True.
couple thousand years. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the guys in they're a bit more they're diligent enough at LU to research that name.
Oh, yeah, of course. So. Yeah, of course.
Oh, YYH was saying spiders eat moths.
And mariposas. I like that.
It's true.
But I thought, again, overall, as I said in the opening of the show, I thought this was the Lucha Underground episode that is supposed to be a Lucha Underground episode. This is why all of us fell in love with Lucha Underground in the first place. Right? It was the unpredictability. It was the action. It was the insane title switches. It was the seamlessness. Everything was fluid. Everything was flowing. This was the best episode of season 4. It's going to be hard to top next week. It is. But this was the episode. I was in love with this episode. I loved it. I thought it was great stuff. Cheers to LU.
Amazing.
Papa Cueto, you did a good job, brother.
That's right. Of course, we always say Papa Cueto does a great job.
And Papa Cueto's little commercial was awesome this week.
Yeah, that was hot.
His commercial was awesome this week.
He's got a career in acting. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So now we gonna trend, or are we done with Lucha Underground?
Yeah, I think let's finally transition into All
We're
In.
done with Lucha Underground. It is time to go all in.
I'm going all in as Marty the Mark Martinez as the new Lucha Underground champion. Okay, I'm done.
I am thrilled for Marty though.
Yeah. All in, guys, all in. I'm just gonna say this about all in, and then I'm gonna let you guys have at it. Okay, like all the matches were the matches. Some were good, some were not so good.
Right.
But it proved to me that if you can fill a 10,000 seat arena and then some, that there is a viable option outside the evil empire that is the WWE. And it was proven by All In, and I think it means it has a viable future. They could continue. Now, you have to build storylines, and and All In basically didn't have any real storylines, obviously. But you have to build some kind of storyline. You have to build interest. I believe it could work. I believe as a concept it could work. They just got to stick with it. It can't be a once in a lifetime thing. Just even every 6 months, every year at least, just stick with it and just have it grow organically. And I think they have something in the making. Right. That's just my take on it.
And that's the whole thing is you look at this thing that where kind of what all this is reminding me of is more of a kind of a boxing promotion, where like a promoter can sit there on his own and build a card and doesn't directly need a whole federation promotion behind it,
right?
Because he's basically kind of like an art gallery. It's like he's borrowing from all these other places to make a show.
He's curating,
yeah.
Right. And and we know that Ring of Honor is heavily involved. That was their camera equipment, their ring, and a lot of their guys were on the card, and which is fantastic. But when you realize that the Bucks and Cody aren't sinking money into that kind of equipment, that somebody else will can provide that kind of a thing, that they are already paying for it in a way, with all their regular cards in Ring of Honor, and then they're going to get part of that, they got part of that money for that show. So it's like kind of a just like a feed into them, and it made the whole production look great.
It did. I was very surprised at the production value. It was high. I mean, of course, nothing will ever touch WWE's production value because it's a Hollywood fucking studio. But
they also have a shit ton of money into it.
Exactly. But All In had great production. Great production.
Right.
I'm sorry, Zeus. Go ahead.
Oh no. And so that's the kind of situation that you're able to build, and you can plug in your story. As long as it's like, you can, plug in, like if you have a match, that's from two guys from the same promotion, you can plug in their story into that.
Right.
Which is kind of, what the, with the NWA title, that was an ongoing thing.
Right.
And, and like the elite videos are showing is like, you can have your own ongoing stories on social media and YouTube and things. And independently of anybody. So
yeah. I mean, I think between those the elite videos, the NWA YouTube videos, the Ring of Honor stuff, the New Japan stuff, you can build up like storylines for the specific All In shows. Like there's tools out there for them to use to build up stories for that kind of thing.
I agree.
But I mean, it's incredible that it sold out in 30 minutes. I mean, when was the last time a WWE show sold out in 30 minutes?
Right. Yeah.
And and they learned they probably could, sell out a show like that in an hour without the ticket scalpers, being allowed to buy. So
now, let me ask you something, Zeus and Pedro. Actually,
Okay.
as a concept, is this the viable concept?
Yeah, definitely for a yearly show. It's a very, maybe even twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. I mean, think about this. I feel that New Japan Ring of Honor Madison Square Garden show is kind of piggybacking off of this in a way.
I was just about to mention that. Yeah.
So, and that's going to be what, WrestleMania weekend?
Yeah.
It's going head to head against NXT's Takeover.
Mm-hmm.
So in a way, they're kind of messing around with doing a 2 shows a year thing in a way. I know it's not all in officially,
No.
but
But it still is kind of, it still is the rest of the world versus WWF.
yes,
Right. Yeah. In WWE's backyard too, Madison Square Garden. Hello.
Yeah, and and it's kind of interesting to see, how the places where they've, kind of, I mean, they've held arenas hostage for years from other promotions.
yep.
We've known that it's almost impossible to run in the places where WWE goes.
Yeah.
For other people. So
sadly, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. And so now it's like, with this Madison Square Garden thing, it's like, basically it's like, okay, well, you're going to Dubai and you're going to Australia and you're going to, all these other places, Vince, and you're not coming here, 12 times a year anymore. So, screw you. We're going to have
I think Vince should embrace this. I think anything that draws eyes over to the business is a good thing.
Well, if he thought that, then he wouldn't ignore people's histories and, have to, repackage people in extremely stupid ways.
That's all about him trying to make money. That's all about marketing, because they want to sell their T-shirts and their dolls and their foam fingers and shit like that,
Yeah.
But he should embrace this, I mean, because look, because it proves to me that there's life outside WWE. Okay, and it's a good life, because instead of being Stardust in a house show in mid-card on a Saturday night, here come Cody Rhodes is winning the NWA World Heavyweight Championship in front of 10,000 plus in a main event. There you go.
Exactly.
Well, I suspect that the WWE is not really like upset about it, because here you have people being made into stars and they can come and pick them off later in theory, right?
True.
Yeah.
I see Cage going to the WWE. I really do. Because
he's been there, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
He's been there, and his time there left a real sour taste in his mouth, because honestly, Michael Cage is the kind of guy that, you imagine that Vince McMahon sits in his room, in his office alone, jerking off to watching, Michael Cage, man.
Yeah, true.
And Brian.
Yeah, Brian Cage, yeah.
Yeah, Brian Cage. I mean, because Cage has got, the $10 million body. He's got the moves like no tomorrow, but it's like you put him in the ring with John Cena. John Cena can't keep up with Cage.
He's what Lex Luger was supposed to be, Cage. So I had to get that in.
You can't take that much athleticism away from Cage without killing him.
Yeah, he's awesome. But I think it's a good concept. I think it can go. I think it because I'm hoping that New Japan show and the Ring of Honor show over at the Garden WrestleMania weekend, I hope it fucking sells out. I hope it does great.
I thought it already sold out.
Oh,
I don't know if it did. No,
it did. It was like in less than an hour or something.
Really?
Yes.
I was not aware of this.
Yep.
Holy
there
shit!
Are no tickets left.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah, I'm thrilled.
Now, they better bring the production value because it's Madison Square Garden. Don't fuck around.
Did y'all hear the rumor that was going around this week that they're thinking about to combat the New Japan Ring of Honor Super Show in Madison Square Garden that's going head to head with NXT's Takeover to do an NXT versus Impact Takeover?
What? No.
This is a rumor going around this week.
Yeah, because
are you serious?
They said that there were people from Impact had gone to.
I know there were meetings. Yeah, I know there were some meetings, but I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I saw it a number of places.
Holy shit. Well, okay. First of all, I'm a huge fan of NXT. I don't like WWE, but I'm a fan of NXT. Yeah, I know. Same company. I don't give a shit. NXT takeovers are the best things on TV outside of Lucha Underground. Those are some amazing matches. Amazing. Okay?
Well,
but if you're going to put NXT up against Impact, that's going to be hot.
See, though, I don't. Once again, Impact is growing and their stuff is good right now. This is part of the reason you think that WWE is trying to gravitate toward them, because the whole thing with when they made Jinder Mahal champion was just because they had heard that Impact had been doing huge numbers in India.
Right, exactly. I totally agree with you. This is 100%.
And so I don't know if Impact wants to be seen as a second banana organization, because that's what Impact versus WWE would be huge for Impact, but being Impact versus NXT is the B show. It's the call up, it's the developmental.
All right.
So
it's actually better than WWE.
I understand, but not in the views of the WWE universe.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because they're idiots. Yeah.
Yeah. So I personally don't see that happening.
Right.
But we have two big working agreements outside of WWE, and that's the Ring of Honor CMLL and New Japan working agreement. And then there's Lucha Underground, Impact, and AAA. And so that division, that's the only thing that kind of that kind of makes that rumor have some real weight to it.
But isn't that splitting the audience if you do that?
Yeah.
I mean, you would put a show together like that, because that would be, I believe, is a once in a lifetime. If you have Impact, and NXT together up against the New Japan and the Ring of Honor show, I think that's splitting the audience. And you know what? I think that's wrong.
Oh, yeah. Because, here's the thing, though, is WWE fans aren't open to other shit.
Yeah.
And they haven't been. Okay.
Hey, Zeus, I've been having this argument since I was a teenager. I lived in the WWE universe while I was supporting the Four Horsemen. Everybody's like, who are the Four Horsemen? I'm like, you idiots, watch TBS.
Right.
So yeah.
And the thing is, it's like, the way that, if Impact wants to learn about anything, they need to look and see what they did, what WWE did, with all those WCW guys. They pretty much killed every one of them. Mm-hmm. Everybody that came over after the buyout was pretty much buried.
Except for Booker T. Okay,
so you got one guy.
Yeah, just one. That's it.
One guy. They literally killed their careers.
Yeah.
They tried to kill Booker T.
See ya.
Booker T.
Yeah, but he rose above it.
Yeah.
But but also that, see, when Vince McMahon decided to market WWF to kids, what he did is he started the brainwashing at an early age where you're highly impressionable, creating this loyalty.
That's a good point.
Take them through their whole life, because you can't market WWF to teenagers and young adults.
No,
because we don't buy that bullshit.
Not without Sonya or Sable. No,
right, right, and so, you can't. That's why there's always going to be this separation. People, I see people on Twitter all the time. Oh, let's all just like wrestling together. You don't have to like this and that. And I'm like, man, I like what I like, but I know I don't what I don't like, and I'm never gonna be able to sit down and have a great conversation with a WWF fan.
I'm gonna give you the perfect example. I was a huge WWF guy, okay?
Yeah.
And then I discovered the NWA. But I was still right. And then I was still a big WWF guy, but I still loved the NWA as a teenager growing up. I loved the Attitude Era. Right. I loved the Attitude Era. I loved Flair versus Wyndham versus Luger versus Sting. I lived for those matches. Ric Flair versus Ricky Steamboat is hands down, to me, one of the best matches of all time is Flair Steamboat Chicago. Okay?
Yeah.
That's it. End of story. Okay? But you have to make these people understand that there are alternatives. And then, you had the whole WCW thing fucked it up. Crashed. And then then WWF became WWE, and then it became, PG-13, and then became kids only. I lost interest only because the storylines were shit. I didn't like how they treated the characters. I didn't like it. It's bad. It's bad. I didn't like the way they paced the wrestlers in the ring in the WWE style. Okay? Now, here you have this very same company, and you have NXT. NXT has a totally different philosophy. It's like an indie promotion that actually has money. Okay?
Yeah.
They present their shows just like an indie show. They let the wrestlers go for 25, 30-minute matches. And those matches are off the fucking hook. They are. I'm a big fan of NXT takeovers. Huge fan of it. Because it actually puts WWE to shame. So in my eyes, like whoever's doing the NXT is doing it right. I know I don't expect that on WWE television every week. It's hard to do every week like that. But there has to be some kind of meeting in the middle. You can't go from one extreme to another and then expect your product to sell. Perfect example is the tag team of the Ascension. The Ascension were badass heels in the NXT. They rolled over everybody, a la Road Warriors. That's how they were booked. And then they get called up to WWE, and then they got jobbed out to everybody. Yeah. Now, same company, you have totally different philosophies. And that's what pisses me off, and that's why I don't like the WWE. And the fans of WWE don't seem to understand that. They don't get that. Oh, because I hear a lot, they just couldn't cut the muscles on the main level. Bullshit. They can't cut the mustard. It's that you're feeding them shit stories, and you're booking them in crap, and that's why I get angry with WWE. So I'm all in. I'm all in for the New Japan and Ring of Honor Super Show. I want more stuff like that. And if the WWE is, if they try to do an NXT thing with Impact, do it right. Don't do it just because of a competition. Do it on its own day, by itself. Have it kick ass. Have the whole world looking at it. Don't separate it. Don't divide the audience. Don't feed your own ego. Sorry.
I love I love it when you get fired up, James.
I'm sorry, man.
You start cutting a promo like Let me tell you something, motherfucker.
Let me tell you something, brother. Me, my God, woo, Gene. Sorry, man. Sorry.
Here's something else historically that's really, really interesting. Is that Dusty Rhodes was one of the main guys, if not the very creator of Starrcade. And Cody Rhodes and the Bucks created All In.
Right.
I mean, how amazing is that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
That's
just a, it's like, because
it's a great parallel. It's a great parallel.
Starrcade changed it all.
Yes, it did. I love Starrcade.
I mean, so.
What's up, Melissa?
Yeah, shout out to Melissa.
In the chat. Yeah. Wait. I love the James Ray. Sorry, my bad, Melissa. I don't want
to. We all hope Dante feels better soon. We were sad that there is no Way Too Real this week.
Yeah.
We know Melissa and all them were waiting to celebrate the Marty's win because they were announcing they were going to sell this party to the whatever on Way Too Real, and then Dante couldn't do it. But we hope Dante feels better.
He has a cocaine problem like Pedro.
No, I do not have a cocaine problem.
It's not a problem if you can handle it, right, Pedro?
Yeah, right, exactly, right. Yeah.
I don't have a problem.
Pedro, you're killing me. But, I didn't mean to go off on a rant there, sorry. But I think, there's enough talent. There's enough venues. There's enough of an audience where you don't have to constantly go. This is not the Monday Night Wars anymore, people. It's not. And we're never going to get those days back. So leave it alone. Just everybody had their little piece of the pie and everybody will be happy. And that's it. Fuck Vince. Okay? He's like 80-something years old and he's ego-driven. Blow me.
You know what the problem with the Monday Night Wars was?
Oh, my goodness.
What? Is they were trying to win it too bad.
Right. Yeah. True. You
should have just been happy to just fucking fight it out.
Right.
Forever. But no. You had to end up doing dumbass shit like hiring Vince Russo and Ed Farah and.
Oh, don't get me started on that, Zeus. Oh, because they killed that. Please.
Say, you can say whatever you want to. It's like, but look, dude. Because I see a lot of people, trying to take up for Russo, and Russo, he always acts like, all the good ideas that were there were mine. I'm
Russo is not the second coming, and he deserves every piece of criticism he gets.
Yeah, he does. Because he was there for the absolute worst of it all. It's like it went straight down the fucking toilet.
Anytime you think it's a good idea to put the WCW Heavyweight Championship on David Arquette, you deserve to get poked in the ass with a fucking red hot poker. You suck. Okay? What world are we living in when you put a B actor and make him the fucking champion of your company? James. What kind of shit is that? How are we living? What world are we in?
James.
Sorry, what?
He put the belt not only on David Arquette, he put it on himself.
I know. I was trying to avoid going there because that really upsets me. I know.
Really? You say it upsets you. I don't believe you.
You know what, Pedro? Shut up. Oh, my God. You guys are killing me today, I swear. Sorry about that, people. Sorry about that. But Zeus, I totally agree with you, man. They just, you know what? I think that's an episode for Marcon Mania, the death of WCW.
The death of WCW. To YYH, yes. The David Arquette, who's the actor, is the David Arquette who WCW put the World Heavyweight Championship on one.
Fucking Dewey dipshit from the Scream movies.
He was married to, come on. He was married to the chick from Friends. Yeah. Brutal. He got the strap. What? Harley Race must have been like having a heart attack when you saw that.
Yeah, that's why he's not with us anymore. For sure.
Yeah. Sorry, Harley. My bad. That's how upset this gets me. You see? Brutal.
He's not dead yet. Not dead yet.
Brutal.
Not dead
See?
yet.
We're killing off Harley Race.
Harley Race is dead. Harley Race is alive. I don't know what the hell is going. You know what? Fuck you, Lex Luger.
Oh, shit.
That's it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. You know what? Just shoot me right now. I'm done. Brutal.
We're gonna take your Whole Foods savings card.
Woo! Yeah, the Whole Food gangster. Yeah.
You're gonna have to pay full price for your organic coffee.
Fuck. Yeah. Damn it, Zeus.
Oh my goodness.
That's a great show. What are we doing next week?
I don't know.
Well, we might be doing Shaw Brothers. Depends on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shaw Brothers movie. Maybe. Shaw Brothers. Can you say Kid with the Golden Arm? Even better, Inframan. Yeah.
Teach your way. Saw your students today. Had to kill them just to teach them some manners. Can you kill my students? Want to fight?
Ching, ching. Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see what happens. But I
Oh,
want to thank
God.
everyone for listening to the show.
Oh, thanks to everybody listening in the chat. I apologize, Melissa. My bad. I know you're just waking up on the West Coast going, why is this asshole screaming? Okay, my bad. Sorry. Thanks to me, YYHH0, the whole crew.
With James,
Somebody
you need
put
to
me out of my misery. Just shoot me already.
start like a wake up service where you yell at people in the morning. You're like, "Are you like Zuger? Then get up." Unless you like Zuger, then yourself.
Oh God! You know what, Pedro?
That's brutal, Pedro. That's really brutal.
I'm gonna take a guitar and just do a Jeff Jarrett on you. Okay?
Yeah, no kidding. Well,
Okay,
that's baby powder. Oh, you can't hit Pedro with a baby powder. You gotta use
No kayfabe, baby. I don't want a kayfabe guitar. I want a real guitar. No. And you're gonna sell it too.
It got to be filled with cocaine, not baby powder.
Oh! Bam! There it is.
Yeah, next
There
week
it is.
the theme will be Eric Clapton's cocaine, and
I'm getting drunk on a plane. Yeah, there we go.
All right, everybody.
All right, guys. Have a great weekend. Peace, love, and lucha.
see y'all next week. Adios.